Yes. Yep. I would like to call the October 19th, 2022 City Council Special Meeting to order. Would everyone please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Hutchings. Councilmember Ruffridge.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Carey.
Here.
Chilson.
Present.
Parker.
Present.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move to approve tonight's agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Chilson. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Are there any changes to the agenda? Are there any council objections to the agenda, approving the agenda? Hearing none, the agenda is approved by unanimous consent. Next item on the agenda is executive session to initial review of city clerk applications, AS 44.62.310C2, subjects that tend to prejudice the reputation and character of any person. May I have a motion to enter into an executive session? Vice Mayor Parker.
Thank you, Mayor Whitney. I move to enter into an executive session to discuss the applications received for the city clerk position in accordance with AS 44.62.310C2. The discussion of the applications is a subject that may tend to prejudice the reputation or character of an applicant for city employment, therefore may be held in executive session. The applicants to be discussed have elected to have the discussion take place in executive session. The executive session will include Mayor Whitney, City Council members, and Human Resources Manager Jessica O'Regan. City Manager Queen will be included when the council requests her presence.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Ruffridge. Are there any objections to convening into executive session? Seeing none, we will convene into executive session by unanimous consent. And once the council returns from the executive session, a motion may potentially be made giving direction on the next step in the city clerk recruitment process. For those attending through Zoom, the Zoom meeting will be resumed after the executive session. After the executive session is over, the meeting will also briefly resume at soldotna.org/streaming. And I have a question for the city clerk. If Council Member Hutchings shows up after we get into the executive session, is it permissible for her to just come right on in?
It absolutely is. If someone has an opportunity to jot the time that she joins down, it would be much appreciated.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to request that City Manager Queen stay here for just a few moments after we get started. May I have a motion to come out of executive session?
I move that we come out of executive session. I'll second that.
Thank you, Mr. Ruffridge and Mr. Chilson. Are there any objections to convening back into a regular session? Seeing no objections, we are back to a regular session by unanimous consent. Are there any motions? Vice Mayor Parker.
Thank you, Mayor Whitney. I move to forego interviews and extend a conditional offer to Johnny Blankenship for the position of city clerk, subject to a successful background check and contract negotiations. Upon completion of a successful background check, the mayor and vice mayor are authorized to enter into contract negotiations with the candidate.
I'll second that.
Your second. Thank you, Ms. Hutchings. Are there any council objections? Seeing and hearing none, the motion is passed by unanimous consent. Moving on to the next item on the agenda is meeting announcements. October 26, 2022, City Council meeting at 6 PM. And having no further business in front of us, meeting is adjourned.